Once again, I'm going to be putting these TideWe Muck boots to the test today. The last time you guys saw me testing these boots, I was running them over with my truck. That was a good durability test. We got to see the strength and the flexibility of these boots put into action. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to freeze them. This should be a fairly simple video. All I got to do is fill this container up with water, put the boots in it, and dump them in the freezer. And then I can't really talk to you guys about any of it until 24 hours after because they need to freeze. So we got the container there. We grab these boots quick. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna fill this bucket up with water and submerge these boots. Alrighty, well, hopefully both of these boots fit in here. Let's see if we can make it happen. Alright guys, what I ended up doing, I couldn't get these boots to stay down. I should have thought of that, but I didn't. So what I ended up doing is I took a rock and kind of just set it on the center of the boots. They're both in there, and that rock is kind of just holding them down so they don't float up. So I'm gonna throw this in the freezer real quick, and then we're gonna give it a whole 24 hours. I'll let that completely freeze. We'll slowly let it melt, and then we'll check the quality of the boots and see how they held up. So let's go toss this thing in the freezer and then wait. It's gonna freeze up overnight, and then we'll take it out tomorrow and we'll check on the quality of the boots. So super exciting. It's gonna be interesting. Well, tell you what, we were successful in freezing the boots in some water. They're frozen. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I left them in there for a little longer than 24 hours, more like a couple of days. I'm finally getting back to them and brought them outside. It's probably like 85, almost 90 degrees out today, and this ice is really starting to crack already. We're gonna be putting it through a pretty extreme temperature change, and we're gonna see how these boots hold up. So obviously this is gonna take a little bit of time to melt. There's a lot of ice in here. I mean, this is a freaking big block of ice, and these boots are frozen all the way to the bottom of this block of ice. So it's gonna take a little bit for this to melt, but I'm gonna let it sit outside all night here. It should melt fairly quick with it being in the sun. It's getting a little later in the day, but it's still pretty warm out here, so I'd imagine that it's gonna melt pretty quick. And when it melts, we're gonna take these boots out and see what kind of condition the boots are in after being frozen for a couple of days in some ice cold, literally ice cold water. So, well, I have managed to get the block of ice out of the container, and the boots are still in there. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just lift this up and drop it a few times on the deck. I think that'll be enough to kind of break this up. Like I said, it's pretty warm out, so this ice is kind of going quick. But wow, just look at the boots inside of here though. That is so cool. These boots have been frozen in here for a couple of days, and honestly, I'm sticking my hand inside of the boots to see if they're leaking or anything. I can feel some condensation and stuff on the rocks just that I put in there to sink them, just from being so cold. The condensation's kind of coming off the rocks, but other than that, there's no water that leaked or seeped into the boots off of first impression here. So I'm gonna try busting these things loose. I'm gonna drop this ice chunk a couple times on the deck here and see if I can't bust these things loose and get these boots off of here. Well, that didn't take much. Busted that piece of ice right up. 80-degree weather doesn't play around. That ice really didn't last long, and the boots are out and they are free. I'm gonna take these rocks out of here right away. Boots are in one piece, and they're completely dry. It's actually completely dry, and this one is as well. Just to prove to you, I'll put them on. Perfect. Freezing the boots completely for a couple days didn't phase them at all. They're actually fairly warm inside already, just from being in a block of ice and sitting out in the sun. They're pretty warm inside already. They don't feel any different comfort-wise. They feel exactly like they did before I put them in the freezer. So comfort-wise, they feel great. Durability-wise, they held up. I would say they held up really good. I mean, they were a little deformed when I took them out of the ice, but they seem to be right back to normal now that I threw them on. There's no cracks or anything in the neoprene. Everything there is pretty sturdy. The bottom of the boot held up perfectly. There's no cracks or anything in there either, and that's quite surprising because the ice was really chiseled around the upper part of this neoprene. I was kind of worried about that. I thought maybe it would poke through, but It really didn't at all. That was the second test that I've put these boots through. The first time we ran them over with a truck. This time they held up perfectly for a couple days in the freezer. So these boots are super sturdy and are good for numerous amounts of activity that fit your lifestyle. So if you guys are interested in picking up a pair of these TideWe boots, we have all different colors and all different sizes. And we also just launched some new boots. A new design that you guys can go check out, whether it is on Amazon or TideWe.com. You can go buy these boots and purchase them and have them to your door in a couple of days. So these boots are super comfortable, guys. You're gonna love them. I think they'll fit your needs no matter what you are doing out in the outdoors. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more videos like this of equipment torture or product torture, whatever we have on the shelf, if you guys want me to torture it, leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see. Like I said, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.